Hi guys, welcome back to R&R with Reagan and Rach. I'm Reagan.
And I'm Rach.
And happy Wednesday, everybody. Hope you're having a great Wednesday whenever you're listening to this.
Welcome back.
Yeah, literally. What's new, Rach?
Well, let's just talk about the fact that it took me an hour and a half to get to Reagan's house. That drive is usually 15 minutes.
Yeah, so we had a big storm in Utah on Thursday.
It was crazy.
We were originally supposed to go to a Galentine's event with our girl, Maddie May, and the weather was so bad that it ended up getting canceled.
Yeah, which is so sad. Well, they rescheduled it. They had it on Saturday, but both of our schedules didn't allow for it. But we were like, okay, well, we're already all dressed up, so let's just go to Chili's.
Yeah, let's go to dinner. Let's
and I was like, slay, okay. Yeah. I finished my book in the car because it took me an hour and a half to get here. And then we're in the trenches. Literally, I'm stomping through this with my Doc Marten loafers and my tights and my little dress. We pull up to Chili's, and this girl, before we can even walk in, rolls her windows down and is like, they're closed.
Yeah, they're like, she was like, the water pipe busted. And we're like, okay.
So we went to Chom instead.
It was still good.
It was still fun. I'm glad we went out. Reagan and
it was good.
It was just a cute little Galentine's Day date. And yeah, I am sad though because I loved my outfit.
Yes, your outfit was so cute.
So I'm just like, okay, I'll have to recycle that next year maybe.
Totally.
But I can't think of
anything else happened to you guys this week.
I'm trying to be better about writing things down in my journal so I'm not on my phone because I've realized in these episodes I get distracted on my phone. And I also feel like it looks like I'm texting people while we're talking.
Probably me too. It probably looks like, girl, get off your phone.
No, I'm literally like, I'm just looking at my notes over and over again. So I wrote it down so it doesn't look like that because I guess.
That's so smart.
Literally, I don't think I have anything else on here. Maybe I wrote them on my phone. I wrote the notes for this episode on my journal, but I don't think I wrote any updates on my phone. Do you have any?
The most traumatic thing happened to me this week, in case anyone was wondering.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Not actually. I'm being so dramatic.
I'm like, what?
No, I'm being so dramatic, but I have to share this. Well, I probably don't have to share this.
No, you have to. I want to hear.
If any boys are listening, please fast forward. This is for the girls.
Is this about your period?
Yeah, only girls can listen to this. It's about a period.
Wait.
So boys.
Did it happen at Pilates? Reagan?
So boys, fast forward. So I'm in my 8 a.m. hot Pilates class, and usually I've been going at 8 a.m. this last week. It's very hard to get into the 8 a.m. classes, but I've gotten in. Okay, anyway. And I've made a friend.
Good for you.
That sits next to me because we always have I go to my same spot every single time now, and she has her spot, and it's right next to me. So then we eventually just started talking because we see each other every morning. We're like, okay, we gotta be homies. So we became homies. She's super cute. Love her. But it almost made the situation worse that I knew somebody. I wish I just knew nobody. You know what I'm saying?
No,
it's Valentine's Day morning. I put on my cute light pink set. I'm excited. No. I'm like, let's go.
Not light pink.
Light pink, everybody. Light pink. Brand new as well. I'm halfway. It's a 45-minute workout class. I'm halfway through the class. And I go okay, I don't want to cut that. And I'm going to sit up and kneel on my knees and get a drink because we were on our backs.
Yeah.
Doing something on our backs. I think we were
Are you in front of the mirror?
Chest. I'm front row.
Oh.
Front row right in front of the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
I look down. There's blood between my legs.
No.
Bright pink set. Blood between my legs. I bled through my workout set. And I was like, this can't be happening. I'm like, nobody, I was trying to tell myself, nobody else around me is looking at me, right? Nobody can see me. Nobody's looking at me. I stand up so fast. I turn around to check if it's on my butt.
It is?
It's not on my butt. I look down to see if it's on my towel. It's not on my towel.
Oh, okay. Then you're fine.
So I was fine. I ran to the bathroom and I was like, frick. I don't even have anything. Luckily, they have a tampon because, guys, I have no symptoms. I'm supposed to start my period the last week of this month. I have a very normal cycle, and it's always the last week of the month.
Oh, my gosh, we're not even close to the last week.
this, you can tell how I'm so shocked right now when this is happening to me. I'm like, there's no way.
Oh my gosh, that's why it was shocking. I thought you were like, oh, I just forgot my period is coming.
No, guys, like, I am not supposed to be on my period. I was
Wait, are you like stressed out?
Yeah, like, I literally was like, no way this is, like, there's no way this is a period. I did jumping jacks. I'm like, did the jumping jacks just, like, start something in me? Like, I don't know. I have no symptoms. I always have symptoms. Like, my boobs always hurt, and I'm always cramped
Crampy,
before.
yeah.
No symptoms.
Weird.
And I was like,
how
what
long
the
did it
heck?
last?
Like,
You're still on it right now?
I'm like on and off. Like, sometimes I'm bleeding, sometimes I'm not. Am I well? Am I sick?
Wait,
I
you
don't
need
know.
to go get your IUD looked at.
I need to go to the doctor.
No.
After that happened to me, I was like, so I need to go to the doctor.
Your IUD might be misplaced.
But, like, wouldn't it be painful? I'm not in pain. I'm not cramping.
I don't know. Mine was misplaced the entire time I had it. My periods were always weird.
And
like,
you didn't know that it was
I didn't
misplaced?
know. I just thought, I was like, oh, I guess my periods are always weird. Like, they were very sporadic and random.
Okay, so I need to go to the doctor.
You need to go get that checked out.
I'll book that this
If
week.
that
So
makes-
next week I can give you guys an update.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what the heck
Oh my
is
gosh,
happening?
I have something to show you.
I
actually.
had to go so I took off my workout shorts and I put my sweatpants on because luckily I brought a pair of sweats to wear over because they were biker shorts. And it's freezing. So I put my sweatpants on. I had to go finish 15 minutes of the class in sweatpants. Because what am I going to do?
When
My stuff is in the front row. I left all my stuff. I didn't even get my phone. That's how stressed I was when I ran to the bathroom. So I have to go back in there front row in front of everybody in sweatpants.
And they're like...
And grab all my stuff and leave. Like, I was like, what do I do? So I just like
Thank goodness
went
you
in,
had sweatpants.
Literally,
Like it wasn't
goodness.
summertime.
Literally. And so I just finished the workout class in sweatpants and I leaned over to my friend and I'm like, I just started my period. And she goes, no way. I'm like, yeah. She's like, dang, that
Wait,
sucks.
no,
I
that's
was like,
fun that you had a friend in there. I
Yeah.
feel like that makes it less scary.
it was fine. I was like, see you tomorrow, girl. Like,
Wait, I have a story to tell you. So this is when I was
It
on
was terrible.
when I had my IUD in. Remember when I was doing the 75 soft challenge
Yeah.
thing? Okay, so I used to film my workouts
Yeah.
at this gym. And I'm filming and I'm looking back. I finished my workout and I go upstairs. I'm just sitting on my couch and I'm looking back at the footage and I say, "What's that? What's that?
oh no, Rachel.
What's that?"
It's blood between her
It's
legs.
like so much. Pink or purple set.
It's so
I didn't even know.
sad.
At least you noticed. You can clearly see that. I'm like, my legs are open.
But you're not sitting in front of a mirror in that.
Though there's a mirror behind me.
Yeah, so it's like you weren't looking in the mirror to see.
No, I wouldn't have seen
I
it, but
was
there
literally
were
front
people
row.
there. I'm like, okay, F y'all. Why
Well-
nobody tell me?
Well, would you rather someone tell you?
No, but honestly, I was like,
I
thank
always
goodness
never
nobody
know.
told me. I'm like, thank goodness nobody told me, but also I'm like, how many people looked at that and I was like, that's weird. Like, that's unfortunate for her.
Poor girl. They probably
Yeah.
thought poor girl.
No, and luckily it was like my apartment gym, but I'm like, that almost makes it worse because I know I'm going to see those people every day.
Yeah, so like the people that go to the 8 a.m. class are
They're there every
regulars.
day.
They
Yeah.
are there every day.
I fear.
So
But luckily it's usually
I don't
a
think
bunch of
anybody
girls.
noticed.
Yeah.
It's all girls, which is like literally.
And if anybody did notice, it's not like they're like, ha ha ha. Like they're just like, oh shoot.
Yeah,
Like,
it was very sad. I ran home and threw my set in the wash, like scrubbed
Did
it.
you get
I
it
was
out?
literally, yeah, it actually looks pretty
Okay,
good.
okay, that's
because
good.
I was distraught because I love that
Not
set.
the pink set. The pink set's so cute.
On Valentine's Day.
No.
It was crazy, but that just happened and I literally was
Of course on Valentine's Day.
literally I was so shy like after like leaving and everything. I was just like, I can't believe that just happened.
Oh my
But
gosh.
anyway, that was my week. Nothing else exciting happened except that. Even though it wasn't exciting, it was terrible, but
Oh, I guess I do have a random update. My older brother Isaac's in town,
oh yeah.
and he's getting his PhD at USU. So he lives in Logan, which isn't that far away, but I need to go up and visit him. But he's in town, and him and his wife, you know, it's like you do the paint each other challenge.
Oh yes.
But instead of doing it on a canvas, they did it on mannequin heads.
Oh, that's funny. Nellie and Landon did that.
Yeah. First of all, crying. I need to do that. That would be so much fun.
It's so funny.
He brought the mannequin head over to my house. I'm like, you traveled down from Logan with this. Wes is obsessed.
With the mannequin.
He is obsessed with the mannequin head. My almost 2-year-old is literally obsessed with it. He calls it Isaac. He kisses it on the lips
Oh.
and won't let go of it. He fell asleep with it last night in his crib.
You're kidding.
I had to go in and take it out. I was like, yeah, so I fear I have a mannequin head running around my house. And by running, I just mean Wes won't put it down.
That is
It's
so
frightening.
funny.
I'm just like,
West is at such a cute age right now. Like, we were hanging out.
oh,
And
yeah.
he FaceTimed Rachel while she was at my house, and he was like, I miss you. And it was, like, the cutest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I know, I got a video of it, but I need to get a better one. But he's just like, I miss you. Or he'll say, I missed you. Like,
Yeah, it's so
like
cute.
when I get home, he'll probably go, oh, I missed you. Like, anytime
So
I get him out of his
cute.
crib or, like, put him down for a nap.
It's so cute, guys. I'm obsessed with
He
him.
is at, like, the perfect age. I wish they just, like, popped out at that age.
Literally,
So-
I would have one if they popped out at that age, people. Literally, I love, like, when they can run around and talk. That's fun for me.
Well, it's
I
so
don't
fun.
like it. I hate newborns. No, I'm just kidding. I just don't know if a newborn stage is going to be super fun for me. Like, it will be fun because they'll, like, I'll hold them and
They
get to
don't
cuddle
do
them.
much, so it's not fun, but it's not a lot of...
Running around.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's not a lot of work because I do remember it being a lot
Yes,
of work.
feeding them,
but it's
waking
not
up, all that.
like it's not a lot of work as in you're not picking up a 35-pound child and running after them all day.
And they're not, like, throwing a fit when they don't get what they want.
Yeah, the temper tantrums throw me for a loop. But actually, I will say West is actually very, very
Yeah, he's
well behaved.
good.
Like, I feel like he's a very well behaved 2-year-old.
Yeah, he is.
And I hear that a lot from other people. So I'm like, okay, I must be doing something right.
Yeah, you are. Definitely.
So,
Yeah, but Valentine's Day was also this week. How was your Valentine's Day?
well, Ty and I always celebrate early just because I hate overstimulation at restaurants and trying to get into the same place as everybody else.
Yeah, it's very hard.
We celebrated on Tuesday, and it was really fun.
Good.
I got a margarita pizza, Ty got this bolognese, and I think it's called...
Italian? You went an Italian?
Yeah,
place?
it's
Okay.
Toscano.
Okay, yes.
But there's Tucanos, which is the Brazilian grill,
Yeah.
but it's Toscano, and it's by the Shields and Draper. You guys should go. It's so good.
Yum.
Very quiet. I love when restaurants don't have music. I get really overstimulated. So on actual Valentine's Day, Ty was like, you can go thrifting by yourself for a couple hours.
Cute.
And I did, and I thrifted the coolest home decor stuff.
Yes, I saw it. It's so cute.
It's so fun. I love thrifting knickknacks.
Yes.
It's my fave.
It's the best.
So, yeah, those are my only other updates I got. What was your Valentine's Day?
Me and Lawrence decided to ditch the crowds because it's honestly impossible in Utah where there's like a million couples, like even young couples, like there's just a million.
Even high schoolers. You're
Literally.
like, what are you doing
You're
here?
fighting with the high schoolers to get a table places. So it's like that. We just were like, no, let's not. So we made these homemade flatbreads that are like our favorite meal.
Yum.
And Lawrence ordered us this like pottery kit with like, comes with like clay, paint, all the tools, and like a guide to teach you how to make a bunch of stuff. It was actually
Way
so fun. So we just did pottery. We watched a movie. It was actually so chill and fun. And then on Saturday, the day after Valentine's Day, we got a gift card to Cheesecake Factory for Christmas, and we're like, we should go use it.
Yeah.
So we went to the mall, walked around while we waited for a table, and went to Cheesecake Factory, and it was so fun.
Fun. And
So,
you did
yeah.
a puzzle.
Yes, and we did our puzzle. It was so great.
Reagan
I
makes me
love
want
a
to get back
puzzle.
into puzzles. Ty hates puzzles.
Wait, he won't do them with you? Or like...
No, he'll do them, but he hates puzzles because he's just like, this just isn't my idea of fun.
Okay. I can see that. But like if you turn on a show...
I know,
it's so
he's
fun.
he's like, I can't do the multitasking thing, which I don't want to speak for him, but I literally just asked him about this, and he's just like, he just doesn't like it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, I love shutting my brain off, listening to an
Yeah.
audiobook or turning a show on or like a YouTube video on. I love.
Yeah, Rachel came over and we like actually went ham.
We did.
so much on the puzzle.
I know. And Wes called me and was like, I miss you. And I was like, I miss you too, but I got a puzzle.
Literally.
I got to do my puzzle, boy.
Seriously.
So, yeah, that was fun.
Well, good. It sounds like we both had great weeks.
I know.
Hopefully you guys had a good Valentine's Day, and hopefully you loved our episode with the boys.
I know. We heard a lot of good... Oh, actually, we do have an update. We got our first hate comments.
Oh, yeah, so apparently I'm ugly.
Somebody thinks Ty has a mental illness. Somebody
Guys.
on YouTube commented and said,
I'm
that's weird of
scared.
you to do a video with someone who has mental illness. I was like...
Yeah, that
I'm
comment
not
did not
understanding.
make sense.
Which, like, if anyone has mental illness, it's me. I have OCD. I don't know if that's technically a mental illness, but I for sure have anxiety and severe seasonal depression. So I'm like, if anybody has a mental illness, it's me, buddy.
No, you don't.
Tyler is the most like does not have a care in the world chill guy ever. So I'm just like,
yeah, we
okay.
really were opening the door there to get comments on our relationships by doing an episode about our relationships. So it's like fine and whatever. It is
true.
But
also, Wes went viral.
Oh yeah, Wes went viral this week.
11 million views right now.
Yeah, that's so slay.
I looked up a picture of what 1 million people looks like. I can't comprehend that.
I know, it's
that
crazy.
many people times 11 have seen Wes. I'm like, that makes me never want to post a picture of him ever again.
I know.
It kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies. And people are like, post him more. And I was like, no. Because it's one thing to open the door to, like, the floodgates to have people have opinions about your relationship. But to have people have opinions about how you parent.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows what they're doing. It's my first time being a mom. And
you don't need every other mom's
it's not
opinion.
that I'm even insecure about how I parent, but it's just like, I don't need your opinion.
Yeah.
I'm doing what works for me, and also, you don't watch me all day, so you don't know, so I'm just like, no.
Yeah, that always seems to happen when you bring your kids into, like, social media world, so it's just like...
I've seen so many influencers who post about their kids, and they always get comments, and I'm just like, no, and people are like, post him more, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. This is my account. And, like, when he's older and wants to have his account, he can do that. But I also am just like, I don't want to be posting stuff that, what if he's embarrassed about when he's older?
Exactly.
Like, parents who post their kids having temper tantrums online, I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is
I don't want
crazy.
anybody to see me at my worst moment.
Yeah, seriously.
So, anyways, that's another thing. I was just like, 11 million people? Like, that's just, like, the wildest thing.
Yeah, that is so crazy. I'm like, give us 11 million people on our
podcast,
and
me
then
being
we'll
like,
talk.
hey, guys, go follow my podcast.
Literally in the comments. Follow Reagan and Rach, please.
I know. So.
No, yeah. So, thanks to the haters. Keep them coming.
Yeah, for real.
We love you.
Okay. We are going to talk about Adulting Chronicles.
Yes. We did do a question. Do we want to talk about ours and then are we going to do the questions?
Yeah, we can do ours and then talk about the questions. This idea came to me because I remember being in my senior year and I was kind of anxious about leaving the house. I was so excited.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, I had really bad senioritis. I was like, get me out.
Yes.
And I even graduated early. But then I remember being like, oh my gosh, like,
Wait, now I'm an adult?
Yeah, like, now I have to take care of myself.
Yeah, it's so true.
And, like, I don't know. So I just thought it'd be fun for, like, the girls out there or just even the adults to laugh at and be like, oh my gosh, I remember doing that. Or, like, thinking about your adulting fails.
And we don't know everything also. We are still...
Oh.
I'm like, am I an adult?
I'm
Every day
23.
I'm like questioning, am I an adult? I feel like I'm 18 still.
Yeah.
So...
All right, let's get into it. So first I have adulting fails. My biggest adulting fail was I got a credit card after I was like literally almost 19. I should have got it the minute I turned 18. Mm-hmm. And so I only had it for a month before I went to buy a car. So my credit score was low because I'd only had it for a month. And then...
Why are people driving like
People are so loud right now. And then I bought this car, which I still have the car, but I got it at a 22% interest rate. Why was I like, okay, yeah. I had no idea anything about credit cards, anything about interest rates.
Yeah.
Even my dad was like, no, don't buy that. And I didn't listen to him. I was like, well, I really like this car. And yeah, luckily I was able to refinance a year later. And we got it down to like 2.3%, which is like such a good interest rate on a car. But that to me, I'm like, I'm like embarrassed to tell people that I had a car with that much of an interest rate on it.
No, you were young. That's how you learned.
I was literally 18.
Yeah, and that's how you learned.
So yeah, that's one of my bigger adulting fails. And anytime I tell Ty, him and I just both cringe. We're like, oh my gosh.
Literally. Oh my gosh. What is mine?
Reagan has none. She's perfect.
No, guys, I've been thinking, and I'm like, I feel like everything I do is just like a fail sometimes.
No, literally no.
I think like probably like cooking things.
Oh my gosh, cooking
like,
was such a learning curve for me.
How to like cook chicken. Like, cause my dad would like grill chicken and like cook chicken. Like,
yeah,
I learned how to cook at home. My mom like taught me like good meals. Yeah. I left the house knowing like how to make spaghetti, how to make like you know like the basic things.
Totally.
But why was cooking chicken scary?
No, it still is scary to me.
Yeah, it still is scary.
Like, I think the only way I'll eat it is in a crock pot.
See, even sometimes the crock pot scares me.
No, because
Sometimes
if it shreds perfectly, you know it's cooked all the way through.
That's true. Putting it in the oven,
yeah.
I get like, I'm like cutting it open, checking it a million times.
Yeah, no, I get like chicken phobia. I'm like pretty sure that's me.
So yeah, that's like something I feel like when I moved out, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Just food, like having to feed myself like fully, like so many meals. I was like, what am I gonna eat?
That was me. Like I feel like I really struggled when I left the house.
Yeah, because you were myself in like a dorm too. Did you get like a? Why is everything loud in my house? That's my ice machine. Did you get like a card that you could eat at the, what's it called?
Kugri?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually had the most, like I had the open door meal plan at BYU. So like I
could eat whenever.
Yeah, so I could eat at the Chick-fil-A and all that stuff. But like, that's why I got fat. Like literally, I gained so much weight my freshman year because I wasn't eating like great meals. Like I was eating Chick-fil-A every single meal. And then I could go into the creamery. I can't even remember. But it's just like we didn't have access to a kitchen. We did in the basement, but I just didn't use it. Also, mind you, I was gone Thursday through Sunday visiting Tyler every single week.
Yeah.
So I was like only really home. So to me, it didn't really feel worth it. And we had a mini fridge and it was just like, meh. But
so like you fully just
ate out every day.
And then you got married.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I never lived in an apartment on my own, by the way. So when I got married, I didn't even own a piece of silverware. So I was like, our registry was literally just like plates and stuff like that. And Tyler didn't have anything either.
You didn't even have anything.
No, I didn't have a single thing.
You just had clothes.
Just clothes and a little poof to get onto my dorm bed because it was like this effing tall off the ground. Yeah. But like, no, Ty and I both had nothing. I mean, he lived on his own, but I don't remember him having silverware.
But boys never have anything.
No, I'm like, you contribute nothing. Ty had like wires hung up on the wall. I was like,
Lawrence was like sharing. They just shared everything.
Yeah,
like
that's how it was.
The dishes, they just shared all of it. So when we left and got married, I'm like,
so what's your contribution?
So what do you have? He's like, oh, nothing, bro. I'm like,
literally.
Okay, you got clothes? All right.
Great. Can we share? So literally,
that's so true.
I had nothing.
That's crazy. You didn't like have to live in an apartment by yourself. Like, see, I didn't live in a dorm when I first moved here. I lived in an apartment with my cousin.
Oh, did your mom come out with you when you moved?
Yeah, my mom came out, helped me move in, and we had like.
Did she buy you stuff, or did you have to buy
it? No, she helped me buy stuff.
Okay,
like to get
that's
started.
how my parents are. Like,
yes,
definitely. I think they buy everybody like a KitchenAid, and then like. You get plates and bowls and stuff. But for me, it was different because I never lived in an apartment.
Yeah. I lived with my cousin. We, like, fully had to furnish an apartment. Me and my cousin.
Wait, for real?
Yeah. So, like, low-key, I spent a lot of money on furniture that I don't have today.
Did you sell all of it?
No, it's still in that apartment.
You left it there?
Yeah, because girls were, like, my cousin still lived there when I left. So they still live there. So, like, we bought, like we went to IKEA one day, and we, like, bought a bunch of stuff, like, silverware, all this stuff, and I'm like, so that probably was a fail. I shouldn't have, like, no shade, obviously, like, I should have thought about that before, like, I was,
like, one day you
18.
would be leaving, yeah.
Like, one day I'm going to move out of this place, and I'm not going to be able to take all this stuff with me.
Totally, yeah.
Because there's other girls. Like, I split everything. Me and my cousin split everything 50-50 when we, like, bought it. And I wasn't going to be like, okay, I'm taking 2 forks.
No,
like, I was like, girl, you can have it.
Yeah,
like, I'll go
whatever.
get myself some forks.
Truly.
So it wasn't, like, that big of a deal. But, like, that's something, like.
It's good that it was your cousin and not some random girl. Because otherwise I would be like, yeah, I want my 2 forks.
Oh, yeah, no, it was my cousin. And I was, like, chilling. Like, I did not care. But. Literally, I was like, that's probably a fail. Like, I should have, like, saved my money. Like, if I could get that money back today, I would. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I should have been saving my money and not spending it on stupid things like.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Random stuff.
My other adulting fail is breaking a lease and losing so much money. The amount of leases Ty and I have broken just because we had to move with his job We did the math, and we have lost $20,000 breaking leases.
You're kidding.
No.
That's so sad. Lawrence just made a sound effect back there.
Ooh, no, that's how I feel.
Literally.
So, literally. Okay, and you guys, like, responded, so I'm going to read a couple of them for your adulting fails. Waiting 5 years before I went and saw the dentist.
That's me currently. No, I'm just playing. My mom makes me go see the dentist when I go home.
Well, fair.
Because it's my uncle.
Oh, yeah, I'd go.
Yeah.
Ty and I are both very, very, like, weirdly hygienic when it comes to our teeth. Like, I am on that 6 month every month. Like, every 6 months I am there. I'm sat. Except I just went to the dentist, guys, and I had the scariest experience of my life. We did the laughing gas, which cannot believe they let you drive home after being on laughing gas.
They do?
Yeah. I could not feel my arms or my legs in that chair, and they were like, okay, you're done. And I was like, what? I don't remember the drive home. I'm like,
oh no, you should have been like, Ty, come get me.
No, I know. But I mean, like, Wes is at home.
Yeah.
Like, I should have, but like, Wes was asleep. I always go during Wes nap time. And so I'm on the phone with Tyler. I'm crying because I'm literally like, I feel like I'm having the craziest acid trip of my life right now. Like, literally, what is reality?
That's crazy.
I am like dreaming, but then I'm awake. And then I literally couldn't even remember. I was like, they were talking to me and I was responding, but I don't know what I was saying. Like, that's how effing high I was on that, like, on laughing gas. And I just was like, how am I responding? I don't even know what they're saying. Like, it was such a bad experience, truly. So I don't think I'll ever do laughing gas again. I'll just be like, nope, just numb me and I'll be good.
Yeah. That's usually what I do.
So, girl, it's fine. I don't know if I'll be going back to the dentist after that because that was terrifying.
Literally, having to, like, I shared my story earlier, like, I need to go to the doctor. And having to go to the doctor, it's so annoying.
I'm not like that. I low-key am like, okay, book a doctor's appointment. Like, I'm just like...
Oh my gosh, having to go, I'm just like, no, I can't be.
Really?
I got crap to do, and this is not one of those things.
Yeah, I mean, it changes once you have a kid because it's like, Ty, I don't want to bring West.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring West to the doctor's office, especially when I'm getting a pap smear. The freak am I doing? Wes, sit there.
He's not sitting anywhere.
No. And also, I don't want him to see that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want anybody to see that. I don't want the doctor to see it. Can I do it myself? Like that's just like so weird.
So true.
Okay, another one. Not realizing my old car was leaking oil, not checking or changing it, and literally running in a canyon on a road trip and getting stranded without service.
Oh, wait, that's so sad. I'm so sorry. But yeah, you gotta be changing your oil, ladies.
Dude, I literally am. That's another thing I'm very anal about is my car. Like, the minute I get an oil change, usually the day of the light comes on or the next day.
Yeah, I get notifications on my car, like it tells me, like, you need to get your oil changed. And Lawrence is on that.
Well, Lawrence is a car guy, so that's so nice.
Yes, it's so nice. Lawrence can, like, change my oil right here if he needed to.
Wait, can he come change ours? I'll pay him.
Yeah. I told him, I was like, you need to be a door-to-door service where you go to people's houses.
Nobody likes going and getting their oil
Nobody
changed.
wants to go to Jiffy Lube.
No, and also pay $80.
Literally. So
I pay $80 every time.
You need to go to door and change. I've told him a million times. He needs to do that.
I'll pay him to do it.
Tell him.
Yeah. Okay, next one. I live in Australia and we're in a housing crisis. Finding a rental took months and months and months. We found one eventually, but honestly wish we just saved enough to buy a home back then. 2023, because houses have doubled in price. Oh my gosh. I forget. No, Ty and I literally were like, we should have bought a house.
I should have bought a house when I was 5 years old. What are you talking about?
Should have bought it when I was 7 and the market crashed.
Seriously.
2008.
It's like,
But
what?
What was I doing? Playing Wii Fit.
Literally, I should have been buying a home.
Literally.
And now we're all screwed because
I'll never be able to afford one.
literally, that's
Sorry,
what
I
I'm
don't have
saying.
generational wealth.
Literally.
Sorry, my parents won't buy me one. Okay, next one. Applied for a house having no credit, then I got a credit card at 22 years old. See? I'm not the only one, guys.
No,
Getting a house with no credit is crazy, I think.
I don't think I got a credit card till I met Lawrence, and he was like, you need to have a credit card. Did I?
How old were you? 20?
When did I get my credit card? Guys, it wasn't when I was first... I really do think Lawrence was like, wait, you need to have a credit card? And I was like, oh, shoot, okay. And then I got one. Like, straight up. My dad wasn't like, girl, get a credit card, because he was probably like, that girl's gonna run that credit card right out.
And guess who's gonna have to pay for it?
Literally.
He will.
So he was not saying a word to me about credit cards.
My friend, her parents paid for her gas, but what they did is they gave her a credit card in her name, and they would just pay it off. Like, I think she got it when she was 16. That way, by the time she was 18 and she left the house, she had good credit, and they're like, okay, we set you up. If you ruin this, that's on you.
That's your fault, yeah.
But I was like, I think I'm going to do that with my kids.
That's so smart,
because,
totally.
like, I didn't have to pay for gas, but it was because I was constantly running errands for my mom, and so she was just like, I'll pay for your gas. Like, I was picking the kids up, whatever. And so I'm just like, oh, I kind of wish they did that for me. I know.
Because then you had to run her errands, but then you also got to do your thing on her dime.
Thanks, Marnie.
Literally,
Thanks,
I was
Marnie,
like,
Darren.
My mom's like, you don't got gas? Looks like you're stuck. I'm like, okay, Meg.
You're like, guess what? You're going to be sick of me. Sick of
Literally.
me. Okay. What do you love about living on your own?
That was our next question we asked everybody.
Yes.
Okay,
and
this is great.
Should I do the responses and then you tell me what you like?
Yeah, tell me what everyone else said.
Having this is so us. Having everything exactly how I like it and having our friends over whenever we want. Literally me.
True. It's so true.
I'm just like, I was very much so like that with my room. Like, my room was my sanctuary.
Yeah.
I was like, Mom, I'm going to paint my own room. And she was like, okay. And I painted it the color that I liked.
Cute.
Which, at 12 years old, was teal.
Of course.
Girl.
We all were there.
Teal and chevron. I'm like, oh.
Literally.
Okay. And then
the way turquoise had a chokehold on all of us.
Literally. And then I turned 15 and I was like, okay, so I always feel anxious in this room because it's blinding me. So I painted it white. And if you're an OG, you guys remember when I did my room tour on my YouTube back in the day? Oh my gosh.
We're gonna have to watch this.
I went back and watched it. It's privated now, but I was like, oh my gosh, wait, cute. Like, I was like this 8 back then. Like,
okay, you need
totally
to post
8.
a clip on the
I will. I'll post it. It's actually really cute. But that was me. I just liked everything exactly how I liked it. And growing up, one of 10 siblings, somehow I always had my own room.
Wow.
Like, all my other siblings shared. But it was because I have 2 sisters right next to each other. I'm in between 2 brothers. Like, I'm not going to share a room with them.
Oh, yeah.
And then I had 2 younger sisters and then 2 younger brothers. And then my oldest brother had his own room.
Oh, it makes sense.
So it was like I didn't have anybody to share with. Actually, one time for consequence, for like 2 months, my mom made me and my younger sister share because we weren't getting along. That was the only time I shared my whole life. So I just was very much so like, I want things to be exactly how I like it.
Yeah.
So I get that.
When I got my own room, it was lit. I was like, this is the best.
Because you and Nelly shared?
Ever. Yeah, me and Nelly shared. So it was chill, but yeah, I love having my space.
I know.
The way I want it.
I know.
Clean.
Okay.
Or messy.
The next one says, feeling secure, no judgment, just a space surrounded by people wanting to cheer me on and making me happy. Cute.
Yeah, because it is your space and you get to decide, like, who you're going to let in and who you're not.
I really think growing up is about setting boundaries and seeing the people that serve you. Not like they have to do stuff for you, but like if you don't feel safe around them or like you can be yourself or you have to perform for them, they shouldn't be in your life. Mm-hmm. And I really do feel like since I've been 18, that's really something I've learned. Like I'm just like, I'm not going to bring you into my space.
I feel like since I turned 20, like I feel like my frontal lobe finally developed and I was like, so the way you make me feel is not chill, so I'm going to say bye.
I know, which our frontal lobes are developing when we turn 25, like 24 to 25. So like this next year for me, I'm going to be like.
So
if you guys see me lock in.
So this year will be life-changing?
Yeah, sorry. Someone said sitting in the living room. I hated it and never felt comfortable when I had roommates. Love it now.
True.
Sharing a living room, especially with random roommates, would suck. My sister's, she dealt with that. She just switched apartments, but she just was like, I don't want to go to the living room. Somebody's always watching a show. Like, not being able to watch what I want to watch.
And, like, sharing a kitchen. Having somebody else's dirty dishes in your sink and, like, they smell bad. It's like, do your dishes, but, like, what are you to do? You don't want to do their dishes. You don't want to tell them, hey, do your dishes. Like, it's grossing me out. Like,
no, I can't even imagine.
Think about having to go back there.
I just don't understand, and maybe this is a hot take, but like, does not everybody do the dishes before they go to bed?
No. And that's...
Sorry.
A real
nasty
thing, Rachel.
dishes overnight. Like, I do the dishes and then I light a candle because I don't want the smell of what I ate last night to be there in the morning.
Same.
Like,
Same.
I
love
literally
going
can't.
to bed with a clean kitchen.
I know. It's like putting the house to bed, closing shift. That is so me.
Yeah.
Like, I do the dishes while Ty puts Wes to bed so that
Yeah.
when Wes is asleep, we're both done and we can just hang out.
Luckily, I had really great roommates, but I could see very quickly. I have friends that have not had great roommates and
Yes.
great experiences, and they've told me stories.
So
and I'm
crazy
like,
to me.
oh, wow. That would be kind of wild.
Literally insane. Okay. I think my favorite thing about living on my own is just like having everything exactly how I like it.
Yeah.
And like, luckily, Tyler, he and I have like the
We're
same
like
style.
married also. We're like,
Yeah.
and it's everything
oh, yeah.
that I want and I love.
I know. Luckily, Ty and I agree on like everything style wise. So it is like super, super nice. Cause he's
That
just
is
like,
super nice.
he's like, I respect your style. Wait, does Lawrence not?
No.
Oh.
Lawrence is very opinionated on,
Where things go?
yeah, like the look of things, where things go. Yeah. He's
Oh.
very opinionated about that.
I mean, sometimes I'm just like, it feels like a lot of pressure, but I just feel like I'd rather him like not have an opinion than like a very heavy opinion. His only thing that he told me when we got married was, I want a big bed and big nightstands and then a big TV. Like, he was just like, those are my only things. Like, however that looks, I don't care, but that's what I want. And so
You're like, okay, I can make that happen.
yeah, I can make that work. Our bed is so
Literally.
freaking comfy. I literally said that this morning. I was like, I don't want to get up. Our bed is so comfy.
Yes.
So
Having a comfy bed is the best. Yeah. My favorite part about living on my own is just doing whatever I want. Literally whenever I want.
plain and simple. Plain
Like,
and simple.
if I want to turn on my show, I'm going to turn on my show and watch it. If I'm going to do
Unless
something,
it's football season.
oh yeah, then Lawrence has that remote literally locked up for me. No, luckily we do. This is like so toxic of us. We don't need 2 TVs, but we do have 2 TVs. So if I want
I
to
forget
watch,
you have one in your bedroom. Yeah.
yeah, if I want to watch something in bed, I can. If I want to organize something, right then I can do it. Like, I don't know. I just love being able to do, like, if I want to do laundry, I can do laundry. There's nobody else's laundry in the laundry room.
Yeah.
I don't have to wait till someone switches their laundry, be on someone else's
Oh my gosh,
schedule.
I forget. Yeah, see, I never lived with random roommates. Like,
Yeah.
we had a huge laundry room in the basement of our dorm. And so there were always things open.
Yeah.
So
That's slay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just love, like, truly being married and living in your own space is, there will be nothing can compare to that when having like a bunch of roommates. Like, it is so fun to live with all your friends. Like, don't get me wrong, like that would be so fun to live with all my friends and be girlies together. But it also is just fun to have like your space and your time, and like you get to decide what you want to do, and I love that. And that's like very nice about growing up.
yeah.
And not
Which literally leads me to our next question, which was, what was the hardest adjustment living with your spouse?
Oh yeah.
And I think mine was, Ty and I got married 2 days before COVID happened. And so we went from hanging out with our friends, this huge party. I think we had like 500 people at our wedding. And then it was like, oh, don't talk to anybody. Don't breathe next to anybody. And so it was just me and him. And like, that was hard, going from living at the dorm with like 300 girls in this one little building to just me and him. And him being a guy. And the adjustments that come with that, it's just different. And also,
It's different.
Ty and I had never lived together before. I mean, I stayed with him Thursday through Sunday, like at his apartment. But it was like such a like honeymoon phase. And like, it just wasn't real because I had my own place I went back to during the week. And I did my own thing. And so when it was just like together all the time, and that's the only person I could be with because it was COVID.
Did you guys live in Mesa?
We lived in Mesa. So I lived away from my family, away from all my friends. My only friends were Ty's friends' wives. And like, there's nothing wrong with them, but it's just like, it wasn't my friends.
Yeah.
And then also we just weren't hanging out with anybody. So it was just like,
COVID was just rough.
yeah, me and Ty. So like, that was such a crazy adjustment. So I would just say like the hardest part was just when we got married. Not to say that it wouldn't have been harder if COVID never even happened, but because I learned, I was like, oh, wow, I have OCD.
Yeah.
And there are crazy expectations that I hold for my house to feel a certain way.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think that was like one of the harder adjustments for me.
Yeah, I think just, living with a guy for the first time, you're just like, it's also just like getting married and then you're living with them. You just are trying to merge two different people into like one home. Like,
you're trying to make it feel like his space too.
Yeah, he was raised a certain way. I was raised a certain way. He may fold his clothes a certain way and I fold my clothes a certain way. It's like little things like that you like don't think about. Like you know what I'm saying? Like how he folds a towel.
Yeah. Oh,
might
I was
be
just about to say
different
that.
from how
I was laughing.
a towel.
I was literally laughing to myself because I was like, Ty and I, one of our like first arguments was because he folds towel weird, which I do the thirds method, and Ty folds it just in half.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, no, because then both the openings look like that. I don't want it to look like that. And Ty's just like, I don't care. And I'm like, yeah, but I do.
Yeah. That whole, just like, there's lots of little things that you don't think about when you're like dating them and you're not living with them.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that's what people do in the Mormon culture, at least. You don't live with your partner until you're married.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, sometimes I think, wow, it would have been easier to like live with them before I married them.
I think
Like,
Ty and I would have broken up if we lived together before.
Really?
I literally would have been like, holy crap, I can't ever live with anybody.
I think I would have been
more prepared.
Yes, and not
true.
like these unrealistic expectations that we had. Like, I was like, this is going to be like a fairy tale. Like, I'm going to live with my husband. The house is going to be so cute and perfect. We're going to just do our thing. It's like, no, it's not like that.
Reality called psych.
Literally. It's not like that, girl. So it's like, he does things a certain way. He likes his time when blah, 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 you know? So it's lots of things like that you don't think about when you're in the honeymoon phase and you're like, la-di-da-di-da, I love him.
I don't care,
Let's
whatever.
get married.
Literally. So
I think it's just a lot of things are an adjustment, honestly. But totally. I can't wait to hear what people said.
I know. So the hardest thing about living, like the adjustment, living with their spouse, someone said the division of household labor, especially because I like things more clean and he doesn't care. So coming to a compromise took about 8 years and is still something we struggle with.
Dang.
Good for you,
prayers
because
up.
I don't know if I could wait 8 years.
Literally, prayers up. I'm like, pick up your damn clothes.
She said.
No, I'm just kidding.
Also, the fact I can't take my shirt off without the whole stare down, like, chill. True.
Living with boys, it's like,
sometimes
don't touch me, bro.
Like, sometimes I just want to be naked.
Yeah, you can't be
like, I never lock
anymore.
doors, but like sometimes when I'm on my period and I'm just feeling gross or in my luteal phase, I just like lock the door because I'm just like, I don't want anyone to see me right now. Like, I'm just like,
true.
No, and Ty will knock on the door and being like, hello, and I'm just like, don't look at me.
Go away.
But that's so funny.
That's hilarious.
Also, sorry, my phone is like stuck to my notebook. Okay. Honestly, not much. He was raised by a strong, independent woman, so there were no silly gender roles. We do the jobs that we like and compromise when we can. Absolutely no weaponized incompetence here. Okay, you're living.
Okay, so you're amazing.
You're living. Does he want to teach
awesome.
like a 101 course?
Literally, it's like when you obviously marry a boy, it's like you realize things that their mother did for them, and you're like, I'm either one, so grateful that you did that, or two,
yes,
that could have been avoided.
I know, you're just like, you're like, okay, glad that worked for you. I won't be doing
and
that.
now you know,
especially because I'm raising a boy. Ty and I have talked about this so much. I'm just like, so backstory, again, I was raised with 10 kids. My parents, specifically my dad, does not believe in gender roles. Like, he's just like, if you see something, you do it. Yeah. Like, you need to be observant to other people's needs.
True.
And there's 10 people, so there's a lot of cleaning up to do. And it's just like, if you walk into the family room and there are toys on the floor, pick them up.
Yeah.
If you have the time, like, obviously. And he just was like, the boys are learning how to cook, the girls are learning how to cook. If the girls are cooking dinner, the boys are cleaning it up. Like,
True.
It is not like a boy-girl thing. Like, he's just like, we all learned how to mow the lawn. That wasn't a boy job.
Yeah.
And if you know me, you know I do the lawn in my house because I'm like, I like doing the lawn.
Rachel's out there with her
I'm out there. I'm mowing.
She's mowing that lawn. I'm like, go, girl.
I know. And Ty's just like, okay, if you want to do that, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but I liked doing that job. And so when I got married to Ty and his family wasn't necessarily raised that way, well, I'm also just like a clean freak. So that's just like a crazy adjustment. Ty has always been tidy, but I just like things clean too. So like he likes them tidy, but like I am like, no, we have to clean the bathrooms every single week.
Yeah.
Like those have to be spick and span.
Yeah.
And so that was just an adjustment for Tyler. But once I explained like, well, I guess I also have to do a little bit more backstory. I didn't have a job when Ty and I got married. So, like, my job was, like, stay-at-home Wi-Fi clean the house.
Yeah.
But then when I got a job, I was still doing that. And once I explained to Tyler, like, hey, you and I are both working the same hours, but I'm doing all the house stuff, that doesn't feel fair to me. He was like, okay. And so he was just like, well, I just feel a little intimidated to clean because I don't know how you like things. Mm-hmm. Guys, this is so crazy to me. I literally printed off the Go Clean Co's instructions on how to clean every room, laminated them, and stuck them to the walls of the places Ty needs to clean so that he knew how to clean the place that I wanted to. And he did that for me because he was like...
I was going to say, that's amazing that he, like, adjusted and did that. That's such a green flag and so amazing that worked for you guys.
It kind of has backfired because Tyler's cleaner than I am now.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, Rachel, you need to pick that up. I'm like...
True.
I'm like, if 2020 you could hear you now.
Literally.
That's crazy. But no, like Ty has seriously adjusted and it's so nice. And like even my dad is just like he's like, you're really lucky. Not that men shouldn't be doing what Ty is. Like the bar is literally on the ground. But he's just like, you're lucky that he's accommodated to you.
Totally.
But Tyler has realized like, he's like, yeah, I do like the house clean too. Yeah. Like he's like, it's worth it to put in the work to make it feel better.
Totally.
So good for you, girl, though. Yeah, that's amazing. Awesome. Okay, another question or another answer was understanding how we deal with conflict. I avoid and wait until I'm cooled off, and he confronts me immediately when I'm most emotional.
This is so true. Figuring out how you guys fight, low-key, is just like a whole thing you have to learn.
And then like you don't have a place you can escape because like when you fight with your siblings, you just go to your room. Yeah. And like you have a place to escape, and it's like, nope, that's our room.
I'm like, where am I gonna go? The pantry?
Yeah.
In my one-bedroom apartment? Like, the closet?
The bathroom.
Literally.
Lock myself in there and cry. Whatever. You know? No, that is really hard. Ty and I are switched. I'm very confrontational, and he's very, like, give me a minute to cool down. Like, I need to be by myself for a minute.
Yeah, I like to solve the issue. Like, I want to solve it right then. And Lawrence is like, we could sleep on it. And I'm like, no.
I can't sleep. I'm
like, yeah, then I won't be sleeping, sir. Yeah. So, like, we're figuring this out
I'm like,
now.
yeah, you can sleep on it. I won't.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's so true.
So it's just like you got to figure out what, and also like, I don't know how you and Ty are like after an argument. I like to squash it and then be like,
oh no,
done.
I'm the same way.
I'm like, okay, like,
I'm like, cool, so we're back to normal. Like,
yeah, like give me a hug.
Yeah, what show do you want to watch? Again. Yeah.
But Lawrence was like, I hope he doesn't mind that I'm sharing this, but he was like, I don't want to hug you after an argument. He's like,
that's
no,
how
like, I'm going to sit here. Like, we just argued. Yeah. I'm like, but you just said you're not mad anymore and we figured it out. So why can't we be friends again?
It has to be a guy-girl thing.
It has to be. So I'm like, no, I need you to give me a hug and a kiss and we'll be back to normal and then everything's good.
No,
and
same.
He's like,
and that's why I'm so confrontational. I don't like feeling uncomfortable, which is a me thing. Like, and I've actually talked about this in therapy. Is she's just like, it's not fair for you to be the one who rules the argument. Like, she's just like, you have to take Ty's feelings into accountability. Like, for him, that's uncomfortable. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, like, that's like, so being able to just sit and be uncomfortable is like a mental toughness thing too. And so sometimes I just, and it's funny, I have this journal because sometimes I will write it down, like how I'm feeling, if I'm feeling emotional in a journal, and just give it to Tyler, and he will respond when he's cooled off. Yeah. Or he'll respond and then give it back to me because he's like, I just don't want to be around you right now. Yeah. But I want to talk to you about it. Mm-hmm. And for me, that's worked really well because, like, I feel like when you're writing something down, like an argument down, you have to be so intentional, and it's like, I'm not going to write a cuss word down. Like, I'm just like, that's silly. Will I accidentally say it because I'm caught up in my emotions and I'm angry? Yeah. So I'm just like, that for me has really worked, and I feel like it benefits both Tyler because I'm still being able to get my words out.
Yeah, that's so smart.
And he's able to write his down and tell me without like us having to be next to each other if he needs to cool off. So I feel like that's really worked. Not that you guys needed marriage advice or counseling.
Literally, what?
But just like for what Ty and I's worked out.
No, that sounds great. That sounds like so beneficial. Yeah. And I probably need to try that. because I want to yell at you.
I know, and I told Tyler, I was like, so I'm going to burn this afterwards because I don't want to look back at our arguments.
So true.
It's our burn book. Okay, last one is having little stuff all over the house. I hate clutter. Also insane surplus of laundry and dishes. I don't do Ty's laundry. Do you do Lawrence's laundry?
I just do all the laundry.
Yeah. Ty and I have separate laundry baskets, and we always have.
Wow.
Because I don't want to be like, I have 2 white shirts in there, and you have a million, so we have to do the whites now. Also, I just think, do your laundries. Because, again, I'm very particular about how I do mine, and he doesn't really care. Like, I try to do my laundry the day it's done because I don't want my clothes to have wrinkles. And Ty
can leave it in the basket. And
he can leave it in the basket and get to it when he can. Sometimes he'll only do a load of darks. I like doing all my laundry. Like, if I'm going to do my laundry, I'm doing darks, lights, whites, all of it. Yeah. So we've always had 2 separate laundry baskets. Always.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I'm just like, do your laundry when you can.
And it's worked for you guys. So
always,
awesome.
yeah. And I'm just like, I just also, why should I do the laundry?
Yeah.
It's your laundry. I hate doing laundry. So what Ty will do is, like, if he's gone, he's like, hey, I need my laundry done, and I'm at home, I'll switch loads for him, but I'll put him in the laundry basket. And then he'll sort it out and hang it. And he'll even do that for me. Like, if he sees my laundry in a laundry basket and I've just been busy with West, he'll put my laundry away for me, which is nice.
Yeah, I do the laundry. Lawrence does the dishes.
That's good.
That's just like the 2 things that we're like.
Yeah.
I will do the laundry. You will do the dishes. I hate dishes, and I don't want
I would do the dishes over laundry any day.
I just like that I can turn on a show and fold laundry. It's like very chill for me. But sometimes I screw myself over because I have a busy week, and then it just sits in baskets and baskets of clean clothes, and then I'm like, I have to do an hour worth of laundry. Like, this is the worst thing ever. But it's like actually not that bad. I'm so dramatic about it.
No.
But
that's the other thing is I do West's laundry.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I shouldn't be doing your laundry too. And I don't know. So again, Tyler is like cleaner than I am now. Like, I have shown him my ways, and he is like taking it to another level. So now with his own laundry, he's like, oh, my Lululemon sweats get hung up. I air dry them. I don't put them in the dryer. Yeah. Because I don't want the elastic. And I'm like, okay, like, that's actually really hot that you do that.
Method.
Yeah, and so and then he's like, and I don't know what you want hung up. And so for us, I'm just like, it has gotten rid of a ton of contention in the home. So we've always done that. Like, we're just like, I'm just like, you do yours, I do mine.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
I also, but back to what she said really fast, I also don't like little things all over my house, like clutter.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it has to have a place, and if it doesn't, I'm throwing it away.
My mom would go through the house with a trash bag and just throw all the clutter in a trash bag.
Literally my mom.
And then she would just be like, go through it. She would be like, go through it. Sometimes she'd make us pay to get it back out.
Literally.
She'd be like, it's a nickel. I'm like, okay, can you break $1? My computer's in there for school. No. Okay, last one is, what do you wish you told your younger self? Or you could tell your younger self?
Okay, this is great.
Someone said, people don't really care as much as you think, and to just be you. I do fear that is just something you'll learn later.
In life. Yeah, it's hard to, like, think about that. Like, thinking of my younger self, I feel like I probably did a lot of things because I thought people would think a certain way about it.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I also
you just learn as you get older, like, no one is paying attention to you.
I feel like being a member of the church almost gets easier as I've gotten older because I used to worry so much what people would think, and living somewhere where there weren't a lot of members of the church made it so, like, it almost felt like I had a double life. Like, I'd go to school and I'd be one way, and then I'd go to church and be another way, or I felt that, like, I had to be like that, you know? And being older, it's like, people don't really care, and if they do care, they got their own issues going on, so just, like, be who you are, and, like, learn how to combine that, and it just has made my life so much easier.
Yeah, people really aren't. I wish I just told myself it's not that serious.
No.
Like, the amount of stress and time I would have saved myself if I was just telling myself, you know what, it's not that serious, and you're not actually going to care about this in 5 years. If I'm not going to care about it or think about it again in 5 years, it's not that deep.
It's not that deep. And my thing is, have you seen that trend? And it's literally like, so why did I have never cried harder than I did over failing a test in high school. Like, it's just like, it's like, why was I so dramatic?
Yeah.
I thought I was dying when I was 17. Like, I truly thought I was dying. I was like in AP classes, and I was just like, my life is over. Be so for real. Do you know what rent is?
No.
Have you ever had to make a meal on your own?
Literally.
No.
That's
you
what
got
I'm
nothing.
saying. Like,
and I honestly think I would bully my younger self. I don't think I'd be nice. I'd be like, grow up.
Same.
You don't even know what work is.
Literally, stop crying.
Shut
what are
up.
you doing? so stupid.
I'm just like, but, you know.
But you live and you learn, and, like, I'm sure I also have to remind myself at that time in my life, that was really important to me.
That is true.
Whoa, am I okay? That is what was my priority at the time. Now my priorities are very different than they were when I was 17. So it's like, I have to remind myself, hey, that test or that, like, function or that party or whatever it was super
those friends,
important. Yeah, those friends were super
important. Because when you're 17,
at the time.
it is, your friends are, like, the most important thing to you.
Yeah, because, like, think about when Wes is 17 and he's, like, stressed about, like, asking a girl to prom. Are you going to be like, no, Wes, like, stop, this is stupid, don't be dumb. And then you're like, no, you're going to be like, oh, like, he really cares about this.
No, I know. And if nobody watches this, I just hope my older self will watch this when I have a 17-year-old daughter or 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, when Wes is 17, I'm just going to be like, no, remember that is your whole life.
Yeah.
Like,
at that time.
And I remember people, not my parents, because my parents they just got it. Like, they just were like, no, we get it. Like, this is, and it's probably because I had 4 older siblings.
Yeah.
And they were very, very sensitive to it, which was so nice. They weren't just like, well, imagine how hard it is to pay rent. I got 10 kids I got to worry about. Like, they didn't hit me with that. And I just, like, I need to be as sensitive as they were to me, to my kids, and even to my younger self. Like, give her some slack.
Yeah,
she did the best she possibly could.
Yeah. So we're really just going back and forth right now. We're like, you're dumb. And then we're like, but
like,
we love you. It's like, sorry, this is just doesn't make sense.
Good cop, bad cop. Good cop, bad cop. Okay. Next is, don't buy everything straight away. Buy pieces as you find them organically, pieces you love. You don't need a fully decorated house right away.
True.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's a hill I'll die on.
Yeah.
You do not need a fully decorated house right away. And as someone who's moved 8 times in the last 4 years, it's like, you really don't.
Yeah.
And I hated it. When I would buy everything right away, I was like, well, I hate it all.
Yep. And why'd I spend my money on this? Because a month later, I hate it.
No. And it's like the things that I've waited
and thought about and really like been like, you think about it for a long time before you buy it.
Yep.
So worth it.
No. And again, going back to, if you listen to our fashion episode, we talked about price per wear.
Yeah.
If I'm going to wear it and it's only going to cost me $1, then it's worth it. Yeah. If I'm going to wear it enough every single day and it costs me $300 and I wore it that many times, that's worth it to me.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if I'm only going to wear this 4 times, it better cost me $4.
Yeah.
Same with furniture. I'm just like, if I'm going to keep this for a long time, then I think I should spend. Like, even with this couch that we're on right now, it's like a more expensive couch. And it's like, but it's worth it. Like, you'll have this couch for a while.
Yep. Totally.
And just like,
we were like, this is the one thing that I am going to spend money on.
And it's worth it because you sit on it every day.
I use it every single day.
I took this in interior design class one time, and she said the things you should spend your money on are the things you were sitting on every day. Your couch and your bed. Mm-hmm. Like, she's like, well, and your room, because you're in there. Like, that's your place where you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
She's like, spend your money on that.
Totally.
And I'm just like, I think that's so worth it. But wait, like, don't buy everything right away just because you need a dining table. It's like, it's fine. You don't need a dining table. You can eat at the bar
until you figure out what dining table you like.
Yeah,
you know?
like, it's no big deal.
My mom is so good at that. Like, still to this day, she has her dream house, and she obviously hasn't finished everything that she wants to finish. It looks so good, though. But she's just like, oh, yeah, like, I want these certain nightstands. So I'm just going to wait. I'm going to save, and I'm going to think about it, and then I'll buy it. And I'm like, and you ate with that. So.
No, I found her TikTok account where she posted about the house, and I'm like, it looks so good.
It's so pretty.
So beautiful. Okay. Someone said, you're going to marry the dream guy, dump your high school boyfriend.
Amen.
You ate with that, because I wish I told my younger self that too. Oh my gosh. Oh. Again, something I cried way too much about.
Boys?
Yes. Like,
see, what? I was not like that.
Good for you. Good for you.
I had no emotions.
My kids are like that. Holy crap.
I had no emotions, and I was scared, honestly, as in high school. I was like, am I ever going to love somebody enough to marry them? Like, you know, like, I literally was just so, I was just like.
So you and Tyler are the same.
Yeah, I was just
Tyler didn't really care about girls. Like, he would go to, like, the dances and stuff like that, and he'd have a crush from time to time, but, like, he was just like, he's like, you're my first serious girlfriend. Like, he was like, I didn't care about girls before you. And I'm like,
yeah, like, that's how I feel about Lawrence. Like, I did have a boyfriend in high school, and I did, like, go on dates and, like, kiss boys or whatever, but I wasn't like, my life is over. I'm not talking to a boy right now. I'm gonna cry. Like, literally.
No, why was I dating to marry at 15? Well, I guess it's because I got married 3 years later.
Wait, that's insane.
So good thing I was dating to marry.
Yeah, that's
insane. It's just crazy. That is just crazy. Okay.
So, but it's true if you are caring about boys, but also if you're young and you're in high school right now, just have fun.
Just have fun.
Literally, don't stress.
Like, it's so chill. It's so chill.
Just have fun, guys.
Okay, last one. Just be nice to your parents and stick it out because the fight is over stupid stuff and not worth the relationship. Take risks and make mistakes and be okay with it, but learn from it. Don't hold yourself back from opportunities because of fear.
Wait, why are you guys so cute? I'm gonna cry.
Mine's like, don't be dumb. You're stupid. Like, literally, I'm like, so.
Why am I gonna cry about that?
That's the sweetest thing.
It's literally so cute.
Not fighting with your parents.
I
talk about that with my mom all the time. I'm
so
literally
true.
just like, I was like, did you know I hated you in high school? And she's like, really? I'm like, okay. Oh.
That was crazy.
I'm like, yeah. Like, I literally could not stand my mom. And I'm just like, there was this moment. And again, it was probably my just frontal lobe developing. After I had West, I was bawling hysterically for like an hour. Because I was just like, I can't believe this is what my mom was going through when I was being 16 and I was being a freaking brat. I'm like, I couldn't handle that. Once I became a mother, I had so much empathy for my mom because I'm like, this is so hard. This is so scary.
Yeah.
You don't know what
like,
you're
learn.
doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish I could go back and be like, me and my mom did butt heads when I was in high school, but it's probably because we're similar and like, we are both stubborn. That is why. My mom is like super stubborn. I am super stubborn as well. So it's like, we were button heads for sure. And I wish I could go back and be like, girl, just shut up. Just shut up because you're 16 and you don't know everything, Reagan.
Literally.
So
I know, but I think that's why you wouldn't appreciate your mom if you hadn't like gone through that. Like, to me, I'm just like, oh my gosh. And it's right. It's not worth the relationship, the stupid fights. Like, I can't even tell you one fight that was actually worth it with my mom. It was probably me being like, you were late to pick me up. What the freak? It's like, okay, she was nursing.
Yeah.
Okay, she had a baby.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe the world's not about you, Rachel.
Literally. It's true.
But also, I love you.
Literally. It's true. Shout out to all the moms out there. Sorry we fought.
You're doing the most.
Literally, and I'm sorry, Mom, if you're listening, if I fought with you.
I'm terrified. Like, Wes fighting with me now, I'm just like, whatever, it's a block. We're fighting over a block. And, like, he doesn't really know. Me fighting with Wes at 17, I'm terrified. I'm quaking in my boots.
I can't wait.
I'm gonna be on the podcast. So update. Just kidding. I would never put Wes on blast like that.
No.
But I'm just like, I'm terrified because there's no one more scary than a 17-year-old kid, girl or boy. When I go to In-N-Out and I see the 17-year-olds walk in, I'm like, oh my gosh, don't fight me. I'm scared. Ah! The In-N-Out on freaking University. I'm quaking in my boots. It's the scariest place. Literally. I'm like, somebody on TikTok even was like, the In-N-Out in Orem is the scariest place in the whole world. And I was like, unfortunately, that's the closest In-N-Out to my house. But anyways.
Yeah, true. But thanks everybody for writing in and responding. This episode wouldn't have been good without you. Like,
no,
literally.
Truly. And that was the sweetest thing. And honestly, we should be kinder to our younger selves.
Yeah, we need to. So shout out to you guys. We love you so much.
Thanks for rewinding and relaxing with us. And we'll see you next week. Bye.